What is good, YouTube? What is good, Facebook? Welcome in to yet again another show here on this beautiful Friday night. Me, host Tavares Wilson. As you all know, this is Last Word Productions, and I always get the last word, man. So, got my boy here, Gino, yet again with another creative name. What's up, my boy? How you feeling tonight, bro?
Feeling good, chilling, bro.
That's what's up. That's what's up, man. So, go let the fellas come in. We should be having some more people arrive soon, man. But in the meantime, let's get the housekeeping out the way, man. If y'all not doing so already, y'all go ahead and hit like, subscribe on the YouTube channel if you're tuning in. If you like the content, man, hit that bell notification to be notified whenever we do go live on YouTube. As well as you can follow me on my other platforms. I'm on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook. We live on there currently as well. You feel me? Last for Productions, the handles across the board. Let's get to it, man. So, let's jump right into it, We got a game 7 tomorrow. We know what it is. We know it's at stake. NBA Finals appearance for one of these teams. If OKC wins, this will be the second consecutive year they've made it to the finals. And if the Thunder, or not the Thunder, excuse me, if the Spurs win, this will be the first time they've been in the finals since, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, was it 20s? Was it 2014?
Yeah. 14, 15, one to two.
Yeah,
Most
so
likely 14, yeah.
Yeah, so it's been over a decade for a successful franchise, and they were to get back there nonetheless. And this would be Victor Wembanyama's first NBA appearance, along with many others on that team. So, with all that being said, I gotta ask you, my boy, who you got taking it and why?
I have the referees. Which referee is gonna show? And I say this when I watched all of these games, especially game 6 and just how physical San Antonio was, I asked myself, kind of like with the Pistons, is where the Pistons can get extremely physical. And then you get a new group of referees, and they've kind of already come into the game. Like we've seen the previous game, we're not allowing that. Or the next group of referees will come in and say, y'all complain too much. We're not allowing that. I really think like this game, I wouldn't be surprised if San Antonio won. I wouldn't be surprised if OKC won. I wouldn't be surprised if SGA kind of breaks out that 35% field goal shooting actually shows up. I wouldn't be surprised if he doesn't show up. Like where we're at in this game 7, I wouldn't be surprised with a lot of things. And that leads me to the biggest thing that just constantly goes through my mind is what referees are we going to get? If San Antonio is allowed to play as aggressive as they want to play, I don't think OKC can beat them. Like when I look at San Antonio, I see that San Antonio is kind of taking the position of like, we're just about to get as physical as possible. And we about to see if they're going to call every single thing possible. They don't call every single thing possible. I think San Antonio feels like y'all are not as good as you think you are when someone can actually get physical with you. And I think from the perspective of OKC, if they call fouls, this game ain't going to be close. So the more I think about it, man, the more I just sit back and say, I think we would know in the first quarter what type of referees we have. If we have referees that just take the position, y'all go at it. We'll step in if y'all get a little too chippy, like somebody gonna fight. I'm gonna go San Antonio. If we got referees that the smallest thing, get them out of here. Especially if Wemby end up with two fouls or something like that. It's OKC. So just from again, kind of feels like a cop out answer, but that's just how much I really think what the referee is going to allow on the side of the game. If San Antonio can get as physical as San Antonio wants to, I really don't think I believe that they can go in there and beat OKC. If they can't touch them, this just might be a rout, and it'll be the end of San Antonio.
Okay. Well, what's going on, Breeze? How you feeling, bro?
What's the word, brother? Sorry I'm late.
Not much, but I gotta ask you, man. Like I just asked, we got a game 7 on the horizon tomorrow, man. Who you got taking it and why?
San Antonio, man. I'm not going too much. I pretty much caught the tail end of what Gino was saying, man. Hey, Gino, nice green screen, by the way.
Yeah.
Background. Hey, but I see the piano up like, what the fuck?
I
But
was
but nah, man. I see Oklahoma City, bro. They met their match as far as personnel wise. You can see that a lot of things that they like to do, Oklahoma City has ran into a team that can run counter for it. You can see that when Shea Gilgeous Alexander has multiple different bodies thrown at him, pause. Um, he's not the same efficient player because you're throwing different archetypes at it. It's kind of like when you're playing a quarterback, like you wouldn't dare play Drew Brees or Tom Brady and Peyton Manning in cover two all day. You wouldn't. You just wouldn't. So them changing up looks for him. A lot of the officiating, a lot of people like to say is inconsistent. I would say that some officials just aren't falling for the bullshit. Now, they have missed a lot of goaltending calls. They fucked up a lot of out of bounds calls, but some of the flailing and flopping, I would say I'm glad that they're letting it go. So tomorrow I'm gonna ride with San Antonio, man. I just see that Victor Wembanyama, um, he's literally Shea's rival right now. I don't, as much as people like to make it a Chet Wemby thing, the Chet is a non-factor right now, bro. He's just along for the ride, man. Jalen Williams is out. Um, I think San Antonio finally in the rhythm because people say last game, well, Oklahoma City played terrible. De'Aaron Fox was horrible. I think he shot like maybe 2 for 14 or something like that. He didn't have a bucket until like the third quarter.
yeah.
So yeah, man, I think in the do or die situation, of course, Oklahoma City being there done that, but they're missing Jalen Williams, their key contributor outside of Shea Gilgeous Alexander. So I'm gonna roll with San Antonio, man. I think they take it in a close game, and I think the finals gonna be Knicks and the Spurs.
Okay. Stiz, welcome in, brother. It's been a long time. How you been?
Yes, sir. Good. How about y'all, man?
Not feeling
Man,
good.
chilling, man, chilling.
All right, all
But
right.
we over here talking about Game 7 tomorrow, man. So I got to get your thoughts, my boy. Who you got taking it and why?
I got the Spurs. I really think that this series was prolonged by the NBA, and on a less dramatic fashion. If they're going to allow them to be physical as they have been, I'm talking about for OKC, the Spurs, I think just showed us last game, like, all right, we can do this too, right? And if the refs are going to allow us, we're clearly the better team. Um, I think that also they kind of finally got the gravity. I think that youth played a large factor in them losing game 5, right? Came out kind of lackadaisical. Wimby didn't want to play, under the basket. They were kind of all waiting on each other to do something when in the entire time that they've played together for the majority of that unit or that squad, it's always been, oh no, nah, I don't care. It's your turn. You do what you're supposed to do, right? So a lot of not taking the helm, and not doing what was needing to be done in periods of the game, like I say, and just kind of waiting on somebody else to make the right play.
Okay. Well, we got some comments here. Fill in some of these comments before I get my take. People already saying, let's go Knicks. Knicks 2026. Hey, man, listen. I'm going to be honest, man. I love this for New York, man. It's been a long time, bro. It says 99. Them boys, one of the biggest markets in the world. I'm a Jalen Brunson fan, even though I hate the flopping he do sometimes, too. But I like Jalen Brunson's game. But I love that for New York, bro. I just hope the city don't blow up if they actually do win the finals. I ain't going to lie. I feel like it's going to be a catastrophe. But nonetheless, though, for me personally, dog, I think the OKC Thunder will find a way to win this game, and I don't think it will be. I think refereeing and officiating, I should say, will play a factor for sure. But when it comes down to these game sevens, I believe more than 60% of the times the home teams win it. This is an experienced team. That's a championship team. SGA has not played well throughout these playoffs, in my personal opinion, and he's damn sure he played well this series in particular. But I'm expecting him to come out and actually have a big game to close out this series. I know J Dub hasn't been playing. He hasn't been playing damn near the entire postseason run, and they've gotten to this point. And with all that being said, I expect the veterans, like how Stiggs just alluded to step up when it matters most. I expect Caruso to show up. I expect Hartenstein to play pretty solid, and like he's been as steady throughout this series. I expect these proven champions because yes, they're a young team themselves, but they know the pedigree and what it takes to get to that point. So to me, when you get to these Game 7 situations, that matters just as much as the personnel and players on the court. So, in my personal opinion, I think OKC takes this in a nail biter. I think it will be close, but I ultimately got the defending champions going back to the finals. Bridge, you got your number one fan bet, bro. Carlos bet.
Man, bro, man, what the fuck going on, bro?
Hey, T, quick question, bro, before we go to the next topic. So you in no way concerned that if they let San Antonio be as physical as possible, it could be a problem for Oklahoma City? That's
Nah,
not that concern for you?
nah, for sure. And Breeze, you frozen, bro. I don't know if your
Yeah.
camera, but
I'm
for me,
frozen.
you said what?
I'm frozen.
Yeah, at least on my end too.
Yeah, you're not moving, bro.
Mine too.
1 second.
All right, but for me though, Gino, it is a concern because they have shown this tendency of being a kind of a not soft, but kind of a pushover kind of team when it comes to playing against physical, more capable, athletic teams like the
Mhm.
Spurs. But the thing is, I think it comes down to that veteran presence and who wants it more, bro. And I'm not sure how badly the Spurs want it. And I'm not saying that they don't have the desire to win, but that experience comes into knowing, like, listen, this is if it's me or you, it's gonna be me every time. And I kind of seen that in the game 5, where it's almost like the Spurs gave up. Like it wasn't. They didn't have that sense of urgency of like we could crawl back into this game and win it. Because remember, as bad as the Spurs was, the Thunder didn't play that damn well either. Like they went on a stretch where they were like 3-20 and like 5 turnovers. But the problem was the Spurs was just fucking bad. So
Mhm.
to me, that's where that veteran presence comes in, where you could calm a locker room, you could calm a team down, you could actually rally the troops again, and you could get to where you're trying to get to. And that's where I believe the Thunder will ultimately subside and win the game.
Okay, no matter what the refs call.
No, I think the referees, they've played their part in this series. I think tomorrow's game is going to be probably the most neutral it could possibly be in terms of both teams and who gets what calls. At least that's what I would hope would happen.
Mm-hmm.
But in the game 7 situation, I would like to tend to think the refs are going to let dudes play. That's what I like to believe.
Yeah, I think for me that's where, like, I agree that OKC has the pedigree, the experience, and I think even if I'm New York and I'm just watching the series, I know we're gonna get to this later. I think sometimes OKC can get a little shell shocked, even if it's just temporarily when you get physical with them and they don't get the calls. And that's the only thing that just kind of goes through my mind. That's why I think just at the beginning of the game we gonna know quick, because if OKC, if it's neutral to the point where you can't really get physical, yeah, I don't even think it's going to be close. I think OKC just walks out the door with San Antonio. But if it's a situation where it just whatever becomes like this aggressive game, OKC to me sometimes go through these moments where, man, they like shell shocked, like they not getting the calls. But we'll see them. We'll see tomorrow.
Okay. But anything else y'all want to add before we move on? All
They
right.
should trade for Giannis. Other than that, nothing else.
But next topic I want to discuss, I do want to discuss the Knicks, and I want to ask y'all, I'm going to start with you first, Stiggs. Depending on who wins, of course, that's out of our control, but who do we believe the Knicks will match up better against in order for them to ultimately prevail as the finals champions?
I'm gonna say they have a slightly better matchup against the Spurs, only because when if Wemby not gonna play down low, that's playing to Cat's advantage. Now I'm not saying Cat gonna go off or have a great defensive performance or offensive performance on Wemby. I'm just saying like you playing to Cat's advantage. Number one, and number two, when Wemby comes off the floor, the Spurs are nowhere near the same team. They're still talented, right? They still capable of playing defense, getting some stops and scoring, but when Wemby comes off the floor, that is a completely different team. And the Knicks are going to be the same team, running guns, shoot a bunch of threes, play in the lane when they have to, regardless of who sits down, right? So I say they have a slightly better matchup against the Spurs.
All right. What you got, Gino?
Yeah, I'm gonna go. I really want to go Spurs. I think they got a better matchup against the Spurs. Because again, I feel like if the Thunder can't, the only thing that gives me pause concern with the Thunder is J Dub, and I really would want them to be healthy. But I feel like the Thunder are just so deep. Yeah, I'm gonna go to the best matchup for the Knicks to me is gonna be against the Spurs, even though
Uh,
they don't have home court in either one, right?
you said what?
They don't have home court in either one, right?
Nah, they won't have home court either way.
Yeah.
All right, what you got, Breeze? Who you think matchup is a better matchup for the Knicks?
The Thunder. Just for the simple fact that if you look at the Knicks playoff run this year, every matchup that Carl Anthony Town had, in the first round it was what Onyeka Okongwu or whatever the fuck his name is.
Yeah,
Second round it was Joel Embiid, injured, limping, unmotivated defensively Joel Embiid. Um, and then the conference finals he had Evan Mobley who wanted to be Steph Curry. So if you look at these guys and you look at someone like a Chet Holmgren, who pencil thin, doesn't actually play like a forward, he wants to shoot jumpers. That would literally play to Cat's advantage. Cat does have the physique over him. Cat's not really much of a post player, but when he does decide to get to the basket, he can get to the basket. He can drive and put a shoulder into Chet and send him flying to like the fifth row. Um, when it comes to Oklahoma City, the Knicks have the wing defenders to actually, I'm not saying neutralize SGA, but they have the wing defenders to contain them. I think Mikal Bridges is going to start on them. Then you rotate OG Anunoby. Then you rotate Josh Hart. Then look at the depth you have coming off the bench. You have a back line with Mitchell Robinson in it, who, for what it's worth, he's an elite offensive rebounder and rim protector. Um, you just have depth there to neutralize what they like to do. They also play a fast-paced offense, which if you match speed for speed with Oklahoma City, if you do have a bruiser, you're going to get past them. Honestly, I remember they played my Celtics, and we played running gun with them, and Miz Cater looked like Shaq against Holmgren. And Miz Cater ain't no damn cat. If they play the Spurs, I do think I have a concern there with them because number one, Jalen Brunson is going to be forced to guard. You can't hide him. He's either going to have to guard De'Aaron Fox, Stephon Castle, or Dylan Harper. Mikal and OG can only take one of them. And I think Josh Hart is going to have to be worried about Champagny and Vassell and all because they're lighting it up from three. And same thing with Wemby, man, down there. If you remember, Wemby would have, Cat's going to have problems against a taller defender regardless. Wemby's just going to put his arm up. If Katz wants to be a point guard, he wants to be Magic Johnson, he can do that. But I think he's going to have a much more difficult time against the Spurs because of personnel. I think with the Thunder's injury, with everything they have going on, that'll be an easier matchup for the Knicks. Not to take away anything from the Thunder, but given everything, context and everything, play style, Chet being a hoe, I think, the Thunder will be an easier matchup, bro.
Before you go into VAR, let me say I try not to hate on New York. You know how much I hate on New York, Brizo, because I really hate the Knicks so much. I feel like if the Thunder get through Game 7, and I know right now in this span of time, I have no evidence that the Knicks are the same old Knicks mentally. I still look at everything that the Knicks have beat, and I go, they just still haven't faced OKC. Like they haven't faced a team to that level. Not Atlanta, not Cleveland, because really, again, I ain't really high on Cleveland or Detroit like that. Like, I just feel like, even when I look, like, I understand what you said about they have the defenders to throw at SGA. I feel like if SGA can whatever's going on in this series, whether it's Wemby or whatever, I feel like if SGA can do what K did last year, like he got enough to do what K did last year. What K was just causing fits for New York throughout the game and enough help to still carry the day. I feel as if OKC can get them in the fourth quarter, 3 minutes, game tied, and again, take the whole refs out of it, they can beat them 4 out of 6, whatever many times they need to win. I think there's more exploits still in San Antonio being young, which can go away by feeling good about beating OKC. Again, it's probably just a hater in me. I'm not picking New York to beat Oklahoma City. Like, I'm just being honest with you.
Hey, I would agree with you, but just Like, you remember the other day I was talking about, everything the Knicks been through, how people were talking about blowing up the team. I think they're battle tested at this point, bro. I think they've been through enough shit to, you feel me, the ups, the downs, the highs, the lows, the wins, the losses, the controversy. I think right now this is the best that they're going to be. They're finally clicking on all cylinders. I feel like it took long enough because they've been getting their ass whooped. They've been doing stupid shit. It's been too much going on with New York. I finally think, remember, I said it in the other chat. I said the Knicks aren't going to be good until Jalen Brunson learns you don't have to dribble the ball 18 seconds to force a shot. They stopped that. Karl Anthony Towns cut back on the threes. That was the main reason he got shipped out of Minnesota. They needed somebody in the paint. He's passing the ball now. Josh Hart can finally throw a rocket to the ocean. Mikal Bridges ain't shooting 2 for 35 anymore. OG Anunoby is locking up. He's doing this thing. Now, bro, they literally just settle in their roles now. It's not just Brunson and the crew. It's the Knicks now. So I think with everything that happened, man, the Knicks are looking dangerous, man. And
not to cut you off, Breezo. This is what it reminds me of. And it used to hurt me. This used to hurt me especially as a Michigan fan. There was a year in 2021 where Michigan was saying we were battle tested. And we're doing this, we're doing that, and doing this. And then down the pike, Georgia came and whooped their ass. Michigan was never battle tested. The battlefield that they was fighting on before they got to Georgia was just weak as hell. And then they came across Georgia and they got their belt put to their ass. And again, that's kind of how I look at. Again, the only reason I look at New York like this, I don't respect Atlanta. I don't respect, disrespect Philadelphia. I don't respect Philadelphia when Joel Embiid is just terrible or what he did or whatever. And then you know how I feel about Mitchell and James Harden and any type of pass trying to get me to the finals. I just feel like it reminds me of like Big Ten team gearing up to play the SEC and everybody was battle tested and then they would lose. And again, it would be on New York to change that because I'm not going to say it's impossible for them to win. I just sometimes get weary when a team really doesn't have like a signature series. Like OKC and San Antonio are going to have a signature series. Like whoever wins can say, I beat somebody who is here. No disrespect to Cleveland or disrespect to Cleveland. Cleveland is not there. Even if Detroit would have won, not there. None of these teams in the East is here. It is not to say that New York can't beat them. I just have like a pause. I look at it like this. We'll know game 1 and 2. Because if they can come out there, win game 1 and 2, split 1 and 2, but they come out there and look overmatched in OKC, I don't even think this gets to 6.
So let me, before you pass it real quick, that Michigan team you're speaking about, how long were they assembled? Because the college cycle is, freshmen and trade outs and everything, transfer portal. Was that whole team a cohesive unit for 2-3 good years?
I would say it was about 2-ish. And the only reason I bring, and again, I know it's not a 1-to-1 because it's college football.
No, I'm just asking, just out of curiosity.
Yeah. So it was only, I would say about 2-ish. And keep in mind they came fast. So again, that's why I say it's not a 1-to-1. I can be wrong. I hate New York, so we're gonna preference that. And I don't like the Knicks at all. So we just don't have.
Crazy.
So the year before, did you respect the eventual Eastern Conference champions, the Indiana Pacers?
Did I respect them? And only it was you know what I'm saying?
I'm talking now. The Pacers went on a generational. We ain't never seen that. Like, bro, that Pacers run was some. Tyrese Halliburton went from to literally they was calling that man a superstar because of the playoffs. Yeah. And he had Oklahoma City. That's gonna be the biggest one in NBA history.
Now, if you asking me in a 7-game series who win, like if you ask me to compare New York versus Indiana, I still say Indiana will win a 7-game series. Like if you give me that team, yeah.
This is gonna cover my point of just being battle tested. The series before that, New York faced the defending champions, the Boston Celtics. Did you respect them?
Oh yeah, I respect them.
I'm talking about pre-Tatum Achilles injury. Like they've been slapped upside the head enough, bro. I think they got some shit, bro. I could genuinely say
they ain't beat Indiana though. No, like again, just for me, what I'm saying, Breezo, is they gonna have to show. They gonna have to prove it to me.
Oh, for sure.
You know what I'm saying? And again, I think the easier team to prove it against, just because they kind of got that youngness to them, even though OKC is young, but OKC has that championship. I think you can take advantage of San Antonio sometimes.
All right. Well, for me, I'm gonna go with the Spurs being a better matchup for them too, and I think it's because of the inexperience and it's the fact that Carter Anthony Towns is simply going to force Wemby to play on the perimeter, so it's gonna be a lot easier for guys to get within the interior of that defense. Excuse me. Even though I know he is versatile and quick enough to get back to the rim, you're still leaving a very capable shooter in Carter Anthony Towns more often than not open in those kind of situations. And then on top of that, I mean the Spurs, their benches, Dylan Harper and Keldon Johnson on the good night. I mean, you expected to run with New York and the depth they have. And Landy Sherman has earned himself a huge contract this upcoming off season. You got, huh? I thought you said
Nah.
something.
You disrespectful, dog.
No, I'm saying, like,
Call that man Sherman.
Landry, my bad. But
Damn it, man.
I thought I said my bad. But
You said Sherman, man.
Landry earned himself a big contract. You feel me? Jose Alvarado plays well for them. Good defender. You know, Jordan Clarkson, even though he's not playing a lot of minutes, I still believe Jordan Clarkson can give you some good run if he's given opportunities. And he's a lightning in the bottle kind of player who can score at will when he gets the opportunity and he gets hot. And then you got other guys like McBride, like Mitch Robinson, who I know he has surgery on his finger, but he's expected to play. So they have more than enough depth pieces to make the Spurs' entire roster work, regardless of who enters the game. I don't think the Spurs have the depth that OKC has in terms of the talents. So I think they will run dry faster than the Knicks would, and that's what will play in their advantage, in my personal opinion. And I think Steph Castle, Dylan Harper, these guys, Devin Vassell, even De'Aaron Fox, they will get Jalen Brunson some trouble because of their athletic ability and physical prowess on the defensive end. But I believe, like I told y'all before, but I believe great players always find ways to be great. Like even when he had, I think it was an 18-point outing against the Cavs where he went like, I want to say for like 7 for 18 or something like that. He had 14 assists, bro. It was a playoff career high. So in my opinion, I think he's gonna find ways to still be resourceful and useful on the court. So I still think the Spurs are the better matchup for New York in particular.
Well, when you said, well, you was talking about Brunson with the 14 assists, right?
Yeah.
Okay, and then you said that you feel like great players are always find a way to be great. Did that mean within the series or every single game?
I mean within that series.
Okay, bet. Okay.
But anything else? We're gonna move off into the 3-2-1 rule before we get into the DeMar and Kawhi discussion.
So I'm good. Go ahead.
All right, so I want to speak on the 3-2-1 rule for the draft lottery. Now, this for those who don't know who are tuning into the show right now, this is basically the anti-taking draft lottery format the league has not implemented. And what it is essentially, the 3-2-1 refers to the amount of lottery balls you will have in the lottery in order to get the first overall pick or to even get top 5 picks. So how it works is 2 balls will be awarded to the bottom 3 teams in the league, whoever that may be, right? Then 3 will be awarded to the 4th through 10 seeds of each conference. So essentially, we're looking at a situation where also the 1 is the 7th through 8 play-in teams for the tournaments. So you're looking at a situation where the 3 bottom teams in the league have a worse percentage chance to get the first overall pick versus the other teams that actually were slightly better, but they just so happen to have a better record. And on top of that fact, you cannot go back-to-back years with a first overall pick. So no team, no matter who you are, you cannot have back-to-back first overall picks. And you cannot have a top 5 pick for 3 consecutive years. So with all that being said, Breeze, I'm gonna start with you, bro, because I know you had something to say about it earlier with regards to this. What are your thoughts on the 3-2-1 rule? What do you think about it?
Thanks, Philly. Thanks a lot. Trust the process, huh? Thanks a lot. Philadelphia ruined it. I really don't. I'm not gonna lie to you, brother. It's just something I think that he did to just take the heat off the real issue here. What's really going on? But does it help the sport? Yes, it really does. It really really does, bro. I'm sick and tired of the way a lot of people put it, bro. You're putting yourself in position to fail to eventually become great. And now this is actually incentivizing you to go out there and strategize, actually coach, actually play to become great. So now you got these teams here that just think, you know what, let's just go out here and be horrible. Let's just suck. Let's just tank the product of basketball for the regular season because playoff don't matter to bottom tier teams. Let's just tank the product of basketball. Let's load manage. Let's do all this stuff in hopes that we will land the number one overall pick. And number one for Philly, I'm glad that it didn't work for Philly. I'm glad that Ben Simmons decided to quit on Philly. I'm glad that Joel Embiid didn't pan out for Philly with the injuries. Not the injuries. I'm just glad he didn't pan out. I'm glad Markelle Fultz didn't pan out for them because they were doing some nonsense, bro. You're literally charging people. If you're gonna do this, the only thing I suggest is that you cut ticket prices. Cut the ticket prices if you want to tank. Because there's no way in hell that you putting the worst product you can out there and selling it at full price to eventually get draft picks to try to win for a championship. I understand that it's business. You have to put yourself in prime position to win, but that's not how you go about it, bro. That is unethical. But the problem with that is, bro, this is like maybe what, 5 years too late? 5, 6, maybe 7 years too late?
Probably.
Who cares about this? Who cares? The problem is flopping. We want officials fixed. We don't care about this, bro. We don't. Because the draft been fixed for the longest, bro. You can tell. It's no way that all of a sudden the Mavs trade Luka and they get the number one pick. They just magically get the number one overall pick. There's no way like certain things like Derrick Rose just magically the hometown hero.
Bro, hey, chill out.
There's no way he just magically just ends up in Chicago, bro. There's no way LeBron James goes to a team that has been just like absolutely abysmal. The Cavaliers had, I think, like some of the worst odds to land the number one overall pick, but they did it. There's no, bro. We know what's going on, bro. But we don't care at this point. Fix the refs. That's my thing. Fix officiating. Hire me. That's what I care about, bro.
We can't hire you because you would be cussing players out in the games. We cannot hire you.
I don't care about all that, bro. I'm putting text on everybody out there flopping. I don't care about none of this 3, 2, 1. Shout out Adam Silver, man, but David Stern rolling his grave right now because the product done went to shit because you care about the All-Star game. We don't care about these formats. We don't care about world versus state versus organization versus corner versus tri-state area. We don't care about that. We care about effort and we care about officiating fairly. That's it. Adam Silver terrible. The rule is stupid. It's 5, 6, 7 years too late, and change the officiating, bro. Straight up.
All right. Mike, what's going on though, Mike? He looked like he busy, but Gino, what you got, bro? What you think? Do you like the rules?
Oh no, Adam Silver's a clown, bro. There's no way around. This dude is a clown, bro. Look, I understand what you're saying, Breezo. When you say, again, I'm not against cutting prices when a team tank. Quite frankly, if my team is bad, y'all seen me the years with the Lions. Tank. We're not getting to the playoffs, bro. Like, you can cut all the tickets you want to. I don't really give a damn. Get me in the best position to get the best player that can hopefully turn this thing around. Like, especially being from like a small, I don't know, Detroit was not a small town, but even with the Pistons, if the price to get Cade or to have a chance to try to get Cade or whatever is a bad year, I'm 100% fine with it. Like, I'm not tripping on it. The reason why I say Adam Silver is a clown, I would say the NBA kept talking about it. Something that could have just been, I understand y'all frustrated. Nothing we can do here. Like at the end of the day, and again, I get it. There are teams that the Nets is where the Nets almost shouldn't exist. Like they're almost like a G League to this point. You know what? The consequence for the Nets being the Nets is no one shows up to their game and players don't want to go there. And the Nets can work on digging themselves out that hole themselves. Because if I'm the Utah Jazz or I'm somebody who's just horrible, sometimes you can't even help being horrible. Like the Pistons not being able to help themselves being horrible that year. Yeah, I don't want my pick going anywhere else. Like I don't want to do all this magician stuff. And then, like Brizo said, I rarely talk about sports conspiracy, but we don't know what happened with the ping pong ball. Like Adam Silver's a clown. This could have been resolved just quickly, just saying, hey, y'all stop worrying about it. People would have forgot about it, but they kept and talking to people and listening to people on Twitter. And whatever it makes, like Brizo kind of said, it makes no difference now. The only thing I know is Adam Silver does not know what he's doing, and he's just lucky the product can continue with him not knowing what he's doing.
Okay. What you got, Stiz? What you think?
So I got a question, maybe two questions. Do we know what happens with if we exchanged picks or I gave you picks for a player, right? Do we know what happens with that pick if it falls, like you said, 4 through 10, they got 3 balls put into the lottery. So is that now my team because I had that pick? Are they doing that?
Yeah, I think everybody who voted on it, I think it was like 29-1, the voters who voted for it. I guess maybe they hashed that out, or I guess maybe that's in deeper detail of the contract. But I hope everybody who voted for it, I hope. I ain't gonna say what I hope. Yeah.
Because my thing is, if you got those picks and let's say that you ended up, you would have been, third, fourth to last, drafting for your own pick, right? But let's say y'all swapped or something like that. If you're in the lottery and you've got 3 balls in, like that deepens my chances, does it not? Like so, or like if you already had a pick and then you had an additional from a lottery team, specifically one that's going to have 3 balls in there. Does now 4 balls go into the, like, how does that work? Do we know?
From what I understand is it's based upon what it seems to be is based upon seeding. So theoretically speaking, that you should get that extra lottery ball because of the fact that you made a move and you went out and acquired, you feel me, a player of that caliber. But I'm not sure if it is. I'm not sure if it's the same setup as like the NFL has, like
Okay,
where
yeah.
the guy you got to get a kind of compensation kind of pick. Whereas like if he plays to this certain level or whatever that case may be, I'm not sure. I didn't look at the depths of details of that.
Well, I didn't know if that was going to be something that they had already released, but I'm looking at it like this: if I'm one of those teams, I'm either ecstatic or I'm pissed, depending on the verdict with that, right? Because if knowing this now, because it's going to go into effect next draft, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so knowing this now, like, okay, well, I got a pick and I have absolutely no clue whether it's going to be valuable or not, right? From a competitive perspective, I love it. All right, so now if you're gonna tank, you got to be strategic because if you fall 1 through 3, you're only gonna get 2 balls, right? If you fall 4 through 10, you'll get those 3, and then if you're in the play-in, you're only gonna get those 2, right? So realistically, if you 4 through 10, you have an 8% chance, right, of getting that number 1 overall pick. So it's one thing to say we're just gonna try to lose every game possible. It's another thing to say we're going to strategically try to lose games so we fall within a certain window, right? So also, if we're pairing that with having to play a certain amount of games to win awards, now I hate how they did this, Luka and Kate Cunningham. It's unfortunate that they weren't able to play in enough games, but I feel like you're going to be moving the rules around for everybody with any given situation now. If the circumstances are dire enough, if you vote that the circumstances are dire enough. So, but I like it because, again, if you're meshing it with other changes that they've made, it's making the league more competitive. Everybody hated the play-in tournament originally, right? They made it a thing, rating shot through the roof. Now everybody hates the in-season tournament, right? They made it a thing. They put the colorful courts out there, and rating shot through the roof. Also, you give the players incentive on the financial end, and what the championship goes, into your record, all that good stuff. So, yes, individually, I don't like these changes, but since they've been making them over to the 2020 season, I think was the play-in or whatever. So the last 6-7 years they've been making these changes. It has made it more interesting. But they're going to have to do something. I think somebody said something a while ago about the regular season. They're going to have to do something with the number of regular season games and how you're even able to watch these. Right. So if I don't believe too much changes if I have to have 17 different streaming services, right, to watch at least 5 games on each one a piece to watch my favorite team.
Mm.
So, like I said, I think they're gonna have to continue to shake some. Like they're gonna have to come up with something again new next year and the year after that to continue to shake it up to make it more interesting.
Okay. Well, Mike, you got something you want to intervene first before I go, or you still busy?
You can go, bro. I'll go last.
All right. So for me, I'm gonna be honest with you. I think this shit's stupid, bro. I mean, I'm just calling space. Like, listen, bro. I said this in the group chat. I said here, man. I think this is doing nothing but hampering teams that are just legitimately just awful to just stay awful. And I think, to me, you're doing a disservice to a lot of small market teams because, bro, let's call it a spade, bro. No one wants to go play in Milwaukee, bro. No one wants to go play for Indiana. No one wants to play for Utah. Like these Portland, like these are teams that have to draft well and they have to hit on draft picks in order to be competitive. So now you're telling me, and again, this is looking at the little guy, like I'm taking that route because if you're looking at it just from a competitive standpoint, yeah, I can see where the mindset comes in that now you're forcing teams to compete more often than not. But the thing is, when you're talking about these teams that legitimately are just bad because they don't have the market, they don't have the personnel, they don't have the record or history to go out and get someone of a LeBron caliber or hell, even someone like fucking Paul George when he was at his best. Like these guys are not looking to go play for these smaller market teams because one, the contract's not going to work out in terms of what the money incentives and things of that nature. And two, these guys still want to compete and win a lot more often than not. So when now you're putting a team in a situation where they cannot get these big time players, they cannot draft in the top 3 guaranteed now because of whatever odds that is. And on top of that, they're legitimately already just a bad team. Like, bro, Brooklyn is not going to be done any favors by the fucking. Like, I'm just saying, like, how is that going to help Brooklyn? I'm just saying, like, we're giving the better odds to the Miami Heat getting a first overall pick versus the Brooklyn Nets. That just does not make sense in my mind. Like, again, there's gonna always be nuances and gray areas to whichever way you go, right? But the best format to me is just the NFL route, bro. Just give the worst pick to the worst. I mean, the best pick to the worst team. I think that's the best route you can take because it's simplistic. Yes, teams are going to tank and do whatever they do. You got to live with that sometimes, bro. You have to. And the reason you got to live with it is because these teams who are legitimately just bad, they're just that. They're bad. They need those cornerstone, milestone movers in order to get better, bro. Like that's how sports work in general. You're not going to get better without getting better players. And if you're expecting a team that is bad to get better after you gave them the 8th overall pick because they only had one lottery ball versus the other team having 2 because they finished with a 5 less game record, you feel me? Like, it doesn't make sense. And
Well, hold on, wait, real quick. In fairness, though, like you're not giving credit to some of these GMs, right? Because yeah, you're right. Smaller market, you've sucked for decades, right? You're gonna need that number 1 overall pick. What 2 out of the 5-6 year span to even be competitive? But at the same time, some of these GMs do their homework and do what they supposed to in getting the right talent in. Because OKC and Spurs, did the Spurs not have 5 straight?
Oh, they was ass.
No, but I'm saying, did they not did they not have 5 straight like top 3 picks?
Yeah, I think they got Wemby, they got Castle, they got Dylan Harper.
yeah,
Yeah, it was like
No, they only had the number 1 overall pick to get Wemby.
no, he said top picks, not just number
I
1.
think Castle was like
Castle was like 4 or
5 or
5,
6.
right? That's
Okay.
still a top pick, bro.
Vassell was what 17. He was in the teens. I think.
Okay,
I think they got them 2 the same year. I think Castle was like 7 or 8, and Vassell was like 16 or something.
But that kind of go to my point though, right? So they didn't always have the number 1 overall pick, but we seen what they was able to do with high draft picks still. And then he's saying that in the same draft, they ended up getting somebody at 17. So I got to put some of I feel like the league put some of the pressure on the teams to do their due diligence in going to get those players too, versus just waiting until the top guy comes out of college and you hope you get him.
yeah, no, for sure. I agree with that to an extent. But the thing is, 2 things be true at once, brother. And why I said it is because, bro, let's keep it a band, bro. once you get typically, let's be honest. Once you get past that 8th overall pick in the NBA draft, gang, it's boom or bust, bro. Let's
No, we cannot do
Yeah,
that.
we gotta be honest,
you
bro.
can't say that, T.
But listen, what I'm saying is when we get to these, I'm talking about in particular with these bad teams. When these dudes draft these dudes past that 8th pick, how often do they really draft these cornerstones that actually help them turn the trajectory?
So instead of telling them to do better with their projections with these players, you're band-aiding or spoon feeding them by saying, "Oh well, we'll help you out time and time again," and y'all still trash.
But how are they helping these teams? Who
Let me.
who is picking top 3 every 2-3 years?
Right? Wait, because we just said the Spurs, right?
Philly.
I remember the Cavs. Didn't they have like 3 out of a 6-year span? They had the number 1 overall pick.
Yeah, they had Wiggins, Bennett, Kyrie.
So it's just what you said about.
The Tristan Forrest, yeah, they had a couple
They had
top
the
five.
Philly. Remember, Philly took Jahlil Okafor, Nerlens Noel, Joel Embiid, Ben Simmons, Markelle Fultz.
So yeah, bro. Like
Yeah,
I got to put pressure on the GMs. I can't coddle you and say, oh well, the small market, yeah, that do hurt you, right? Or I can't coddle you and say, oh well, sometimes these just number 1 picks just don't pan out. Well, you got to develop.
Yeah. Let
no,
me
you
say.
develop for sure. But again, the thing is, bro, we've named 2 teams that had instances these past 15 years, bro.
Yeah.
But see, it's the number of years though. It's a stretch. It's not just 15 years and 1 season. No, it's stretches. Like we just said, Philly had 5, Spurs had like 4, Cavs had like damn, they damn near took up the whole 15.
Yeah, well, let me say that, like, I agree with you, Steve. Like, there should be some type of consequence. To me, I think the consequence is, as a GM, you're fired. Like, to me, that's the consequence. That's the consequence I want. You're fired. He's fired. Whoever over you fired. Like, that's the consequence that I want for you blowing picks. As a fan of the Pistons, if fan of the Pistons, you bring me Darko Milicic, you're fired. Fan of the Pistons is not, well, you're fired and now I can't get Cade Cunningham because this idiot took Darko Milicic. Like, me personally, I just don't want to live that. Just fire Joe Dumars and then let the next dude be able to get the best position possible. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not against the idea of a consequence. I just want these dudes fired. You know, if you don't believe in this guy and he's an idiot, get him up out of here. You know, he's a joke. You know, again. But we are where we kind of are now. You go ahead, T.
Nah, I'm pretty much done. But
Niggas got to do better, man.
they,
They got to
they,
do better.
I ain't
they
gonna lie,
do.
bro. I think it's the super team shit, bro. Like what I mean by that is like, look at all them dumbass picks starting in like the big 3 era when like Brooklyn traded all them dumbass picks for old ass KG, Paul Pierce and shit, or with like how OKC got like 100 first and second round picks and all that kind of shit. I feel like they're trying to save face for allowing shit like that to happen. Giannis
Mm-hmm.
finna get traded right now, and first thing they said, we want picks in this year's draft, and then y'all drop this shit right before that happens. That's gonna change a lot. It's gonna change what his value is. It's gonna change a lot. So they're trying to stop. First, they're trying to stop the good teams from staying good as long as they have been, to make up for the fact that they did allow shit like Philly and all that dumb shit to happen back in the day and let that shit slide. Now they're trying to play makeup and keep up instead of fixing the problem when they should have fixed it back then. So I think that's more so what it is now. I agree with everything I said, but I think it's more so that kind of thing. Because you got somebody like OKC is literally the best team in the fucking league, and these niggas got like 14 picks in the next like 4 or 5 years. Like that shit is insane. Like that's
But
fucking crazy. And so they're gonna. What will happen is, even though they are technically a small market team, because they're so dominant, now they kind of elevate their cachet as an organization, as a team overall, globally, with their superstar being Canadian, even though it's technically North America still and all that other shit. He's technically a foreign player, or whatever you want to fucking call it, however you want to look at it. And then that adds cachet to that organization and all of that other shit. So I think they're trying to cut that kind of shit off. Because think about it, even with the Lakers, that dumbass trade for Russ, you gave up all that shit. You ain't got picks now for the next however many fucking years. The Brooklyn shit, and Brooklyn did it more than once. You turned around, you didn't learn from the first fuck off. You turn around and do the same shit for KD, Kyrie, and all them niggas, do the same goofy ass shit. Then
Yeah,
you turn around and trade, get shit for KD, and don't do shit with the shit you get for him. Like it's just Shit like that. I think they trying to cut that dumb shit out because that's also not helping a badass organization like Brooklyn. Like you're never getting out of the hole at this point, and it's because, like Gino said, if you're incompetent, fire that motherfucker and move on. It's okay.
Yeah, for sure. And
But
that's I
Mike,
said,
hold on, T. Before you go, Mike, I think the context matter with these trades though. They really do, bro. Because when you brought up them trading with Boston, first of all, I'm thankful for the trade because I already knew the writing
Yeah,
was on
look
the
what it
wall.
gave you.
No, I knew Paul Pierce and KG was going to retire soon, bro, and it was time to rebuild. But think about it. That core nucleus at the time was Darren Williams, who was still an all-star at that time, Joe Johnson, all-star who was getting older, Brooke Lopez, defensive player of the year caliber player, still to this day, defensive player of the year caliber player, but getting older. So now the idea is, what do I need to fill in? I need offense. I need something quick in a hurry. I can't develop right now because I have an older core. So I trade for those two players. You mortgage your future. Cool. You sign KD off an Achilles tear. Mind you, every player doesn't come back gracefully from an Achilles tear. What am I going to do now?
He didn't even play that. He didn't play that whole first year, and
I
then came
get you.
back halfway through the second year, right?
But what am I
Out of
going to
that
do
4-year deal.
now? But think about it. What am I going to do now? Am I going to sit and wait for Ismail Smjakovic from Slovenia in 20 years to become great? No. I got to make a move now because I don't have.
But you also know that KD's coming off the injury, so at that point, you decided to pay him in the first place. So fuck up was paying him in the first place.
Apples for apples, bro.
It's
If
not
I
because
get,
you didn't have to pay him.
but what do you mean? He was the premier free agent on the market.
You didn't have to give KD that contract. You didn't know what KD was going to be like. Didn't he play a year
He
for you?
was the premier free agent on the market, Mike.
He also had just tore his Achilles 2 months ago, bro. It's
Mike. That's like saying, Mike. Theoretically, that's like saying when the Bucks went and grabbed Tom Brady. Fuck it. You know what? We not finna go get AB. We not finna go get Gronk. We not finna go get all this to maximize on this. We
Every
just
nigga you just named was healthy and available to play football.
We gonna say, you know what, Tom? Fuck it. You got 10 years to develop a team on your own. No, they said we're gonna bring everything we need to win a Super Bowl.
The niggas you just listed was all available to play right away. This nigga didn't play for the first year and a half.
The concept still stands. When you bring in a player who at max you think you're gonna have 5 years, you don't wait till year 4 to try to develop players through 4 years.
You sign a nigga off an Achilles tear to a 4-year deal. He doesn't play the first year and a half. He plays he plays the half of the second season, and then he plays the full next season. Y'all also trade for James Harden because he wanted James Harden. And then guess what happens? You end up trading all these niggas essentially the following fucking summer because he's not happy. You trade him anyway. So you didn't even get all 4 years out of the nigga. You got a year and a half out of the 4-year deal you gave him. Then you mortgage your future again to get him or trade him away. You got picks for him. And you did nothing with the assets you got for him. You did nothing with the assets you got for James Harden.
So, Mike,
the point is the GM is if you're ass at your job, whether your team is bad or not, which is why I say I agree with you got to get the fuck on. Because at what point, do we not blame the nigga making the decisions?
Mike, the sports are about risk, Mike. You have to take
those risks. That's fine, but how many times you gonna crap out before you take your ass home and stop playing dice that night?
Mike, you crapped out twice. Mike, you crapped out twice.
No,
in situations. You were a foot. Look, Mike.
You bet the house. You owe the house twice. Then was
Mike, you're acting like it was a generational fail. Mike, when they were literally a toe on the line away. Mike, they were a toe on the line away from advancing. If KD didn't wear a size 45 shoe or whatever, they're advancing. This is the thing. This is what I hate about people who don't use context.
So it's not about context. We're talking about the context now.
Mike, if they flopped and won 17 games and then make the playoffs, cool, you got it. Like with the OKC trade,
you're not bad enough to be in the top to get a top pick. You're also not good enough to win a fucking championship. You're stuck in purgatory. That's the problem,
Mike. But when you get these situations, like for example, when the Clippers got Kawhi, who the fuck finna sit there and wait for 7 years for Kawhi when the nigga could barely be healthy? So when they traded SGA, people like to say, "Oh, this was the dumbest trade ever," because, bro, I have Kawhi, who's elite when he plays. The man is the most injury-riddled superstar I've ever seen, other than Joel Embiid.
And they knew
so you bring in Paul George. Right? Look, you bring in Paul George, another elite wing, who was just coming off a season when he was third in MVP voting. At that time, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander was not a fucking MVP candidate when he was with the Clippers.
That's fine. But
that's the thing, like you have to use context. Don't just say, "Oh, you know what?"
We are using context. You made the blockbuster deal because you thought, first of all, Paul Pierce and KG were old. Point blank, period. They were old. There's a difference between aging and being old already. Them niggas were old when they got to Brooklyn.
But might use
So-
context in that. What were you trading for them for? To add depth, not to be leaders of the team. Darren Williams and Joe Johnson were your 1 and 2.
So if you just
You
needed
didn't
depth,
trade
why
for
did you give up everything you gave for him if it was just about depth?
Because it's a win now situation. If I'm trying to win
But
now, who gives a
obviously-
fuck about tomorrow?
Clearly, they
The same
weren't.
thing with the Rams. If I sign Matt Stafford, why the fuck I'm drafting Ty Simpson?
The Rams are stupid too.
Are you
That's the
speechless?
Rams.
Go ahead. You got it. Go
I'm
ahead,
not
T, you
speechless, nigga. I just agree. I hate the
got it.
Rams.
No.
Nigga.
Go ahead, T. You
What are you
got it.
talking
T, you
about?
got it.
Nigga say you speechless because you talk last. How the fuck do that sound?
Nah, nigga.
You ain't no speechless, nigga. It's stupid as fuck. The Brooklyn Nets
I'm
have been
speechless,
ass since
brother.
they went to
Yeah, I
Brooklyn
got it.
because of shit like that. Point blank, period. We've
It's
seen
all
it
right. My
time and
dog's
time again.
speechless,
They're
man.
terrible.
It's
Mike,
cool.
it's all
I
right,
wish
man.
you was speechless with that bullshit coming out your mouth.
Nah, nigga, it's facts.
It's not facts,
Yes.
nigga. When have the Brooklyn Nets
All
ever
right,
been good?
All right, breathe. It's cool. Listen, y'all boys got it. Y'all proved your point. We're gonna move on, bro. God damn. Look,
Niggas been ass since they crossed the water. Them niggas suck.
bro, listen. We're gonna move off back to the visit DeMar and Kawhi Leonard situation, man. So for those who do remember from from a couple weeks ago, when we talked about this situation, replacing DeMar DeRozan with Kawhi Leonard believe that was 2019, if I remember. When the 2019 Raptors won the championship. So, Stiz, the floor is yours, bro. Gotta hear what you gotta say, bro.
But
Why
so
DeMar DeRozan would have won that championship?
well, number one, because LeBron's not there, right? Now I'm paraphrasing some of what Mike said, but I didn't catch the entire conversation in fairness because I only got the clip, right? But number one, like you say, LeBron's not there. I think we have had enough Joel Embiid slander, so I'm not going to go in any further than what was needed, right? So I don't think he gets it done. The 76ers are what they were when Ben Simmons was there. They tried to blame Ben Simmons and say that they couldn't win with him. They got rid of him and haven't done shit since. He won an MVP, and then his next playoff series, he had a slump of 10 less points per game after he won his MVP, and he has not done anything since. The Bucks, I think, they beat Orlando in the first round. They beat the 76ers in the second round, and then went to go play the Bucks in the conference finals. That is not the same Giannis that we see today, right? I'm not sure. I think I don't think he had won. If he won MVP by then, that was his first year, but I don't think so, right?
Giannis we got today.
You say what?
That Giannis was better than the Giannis today.
Okay, well, you're right because he was on the court. If that's what you mean, and I agree. But that Giannis, he had to have the lane and he had to play free range. Him playing in the half court with somebody that could actually stand in front of him or stay in front of him, he struggled mightily, right? So more so, I think I even put this in the comments that we was going back and forth. At that time, they had two players, right? So when Marc Gasol came off the floor, right, Serge Ibaka hit the floor. Now we're talking about two guys that can stand in the paint, right, and alter shots. If Giannis can't even get downhill, now mind you, Kawhi is gone, right, but they still have Pascal Siakam and I'm missing a player. Was that OG?
Yeah,
Okay, OG. So they still had two players.
Pascal, yeah.
Yeah. So they still had two players that could stand in front of Giannis, right, with a rim protecting big, right? Now, again, I'm not saying that they was going to hold Giannis to 12 or 15 points a game. I'm not saying that they was going to make him shoot 20% from the field or nothing crazy. I'm just saying that they had the capabilities of beating that team in that series. Also, somebody else who hadn't come alive yet was Chris Middleton. He was better on defense and shooting threes than he was anything else. But that run the performance that he put on, going match for match with KD in the fourth quarters and overtimes of their Brooklyn series, taking the game over in the fourth quarter and giving them much needed mid-range shots when they in the actual championship against the Suns, that wasn't the same guy either. So, as a matter of fact, Drew Holiday wasn't there either yet, was he?
No.
Okay, yeah. So again, like I said, that's a completely different team from the team that we saw at their apex. And then in the finals, I think it's self-explanatory, bro. Like the KD and Clay both went down. I think a lot of teams could have beat Golden State.
Hey, can I ask y'all something? That Milwaukee-Toronto series, how many games was it?
7.
It went 7?
No,
I know
6. They won the first 2. I think they lost 4 straight.
The Raptors won 4 straight.
So the Raptors won 4 straight.
Milwaukee was up 2-0, and then Raptors won 4 straight.
All right, so in games 1 and 2, Giannis was Giannis, right? you know, that he was the guy.
Mm.
At what point? I like how you brought up Mark Gasol and Siakam and Anunoby and all that, right? But where the fuck was they game 1 and 2? Because I ain't gonna lie to you, Kawhi with them included with that tandem. Oh yeah, that's what took him over the top. But if you telling me that DeMar DeRozan is gonna go to Nick Nurse and say, "Hey, I got this,"
I actually didn't. I said the opposite. I never said
this. But this is what I'm saying though. This is what Mike fails to forget. Kawhi went to Nick Nurse and said, "I got this." When OG Anunoby and Pascal and Ibaka and Gasol was getting cooked, Kawhi went and said, "I got this." So if you take the defensive impact of Kawhi Leonard off, and you can put Mark Gasol and all that and just keep them there, you just add DeMar DeRozan. I think a playoff score like 18, 19 points per game. So you're dropping from what? Kawhi having to go Superman in that series, going averaging like 30 and 10. Because DeMar ain't grabbing no 10 damn rebounds. I'll say 5 to be generous. So you're dropping 5 rebounds. And you're going to drop maybe about 8, 9 points. Let's say DeMar goes 21 points a game, but without the defense. And you really believe they have a chance to pull away from that Milwaukee team?
For sure, because you didn't tell me anything spectacular about Milwaukee. All you said was that okay, and if that's the extent, then I'm cool. Like I'm not changing my opinion just because you believe Giannis is going to continue to cook, right? Because Kawhi's not on the court. Again, his role is not to stop Giannis, and that does not mean that Giannis is just guaranteed to go off because somebody went across and patted their chest and said, "I got this." It's cool, right? But at the end of the day, it's still one man.
And we're forgetting who that one man is, though. We're forgetting. If you want to say top 5 wing defenders of all time, Kawhi Leonard is up there. We're not talking about just some bum or something.
For sure.
We're talking about Kawhi Leonard. And we're not just saying anybody who just said, "I got this." No, we're talking about Kawhi Leonard. He went and said, "I got this."
But Breeze, this is the thing, though, right? I get that his job wasn't just stop Giannis, but bro, he damn sure made it a point of emphasis, bro. Like we're forgetting, nigga dropped this point per game average from games 1 and 2 to the next 4 by damn near 10 points, bro. The field goal percentage went down 10%. Like, bro, at some point, I get it, bro. We can name all these niggas we want to. OG, Serge Ibaka.
So y'all's argument is that if the superstar goes off, they win, right?
You said what?
So y'all's argument is as long
as
the superstar goes off,
DeMar DeRozan is not stepping up and making the difference against that player, bro.
But to add context, right? You're saying it because no one's there to hinder Giannis from being Giannis.
Yes,
I'm saying that DeMar DeRozan is not as good enough to do what Kawhi does on the defensive end or the offensive end. So therefore,
I think that's where y'all are missing the point. It's not about replacing him attribute for attribute, right? If you replace any player, the team's not playing the same, right? So if I take LeBron James and Kobe Bryant, right, and put them on opposite teams to start their career, the team's not winning the same. They're not winning the games the same way because they're not playing the same way, right? So to believe that they have to be equal players or DeMar has to be better attribute-wise than Kawhi for them to win is incorrect thinking.
I'm saying he has to have the same impact, and he won't. It's not that he has to be the same.
Well, why won't he? Just he's not a better player?
Because he does not have the same capabilities of Kawhi Leonard to impact the game. He doesn't.
Hey, look. Since we add in context, 31 points, 9 rebounds, 3 steals, 3 blocks. 31, 8 rebounds, 2 steals, 2 blocks. 36, 9 rebounds, 5 steals, 2 blocks. 19, 8 rebounds, 4 steals, 2 blocks. 35, 7 assists, 9 rebounds, 2 steals, 2 blocks. 27 points, 17 rebounds, 7 assists, 2 steals, 2 blocks, all while shooting above 45% in every game.
So you just did the same thing T did with stats, right?
I just want to know where.
What you're saying is that if DeMar DeRozan can't provide exactly what Kawhi did, then they can't win. And I'm telling you, the team plays differently, right? You don't anticipate DeMar to come in and give you those statistics because the rest of the team has to step up in those areas.
But what is that based upon? Steve? Like,
they were literally winning 55 plus games a fucking season with DeMar. They turned around and won 5 more.
Mike,
Hold
who
on,
they
bro.
beating? Mike, who are they beating?
They
Who
were
are
in the
beating
same
in the
East
playoffs?
with LeBron, bro. The nigga that was stopping him from
No,
getting
Mike, that's not
was
what I'm
LeBron.
asking. That's not what I'm asking.
They
'Cause
was beating the same fucking teams
Mike,
Kawhi beat. The fuck are you
Mike,
talking about? The same
no,
team.
Mike, no, they were not. They
No,
never
the
beat
same these
they
teams that were good the year before were good the
to that
next
Philly
year.
team ever. Name one, Mike. Name a team that was good as that Philly team, Mike. I
Bro,
want
the
to hear it.
same teams in the East that were good in
No,
2018
Mike, that's
before
not what
I
I'm
got
asking.
there were the
Who
same
was
teams that
the
were good in
team that's
2019 when you did
Philly
get there.
that year? Who was the team? Who was the
Who was
team
the
DeMar
team?
beat as good as Philly that year?
What are you talking about? The team beat better than what? Philly, the team 2019?
Who was
Yeah,
the
what
team
team did he beat
DeMar
better than
DeRozan
2019
that was
Philly?
better than that Philly team? That's what I want to
I
know.
don't have to look at all the teams he played in the fucking playoffs.
So
Guys, there's no team that DeMar DeRozan ever beat in the playoffs that was good as that Philly team, bro. He never beat a team of that caliber.
That
Where they had
Philly
Jimmy
team
Butler,
went
they had
nowhere.
Ben Simmons, they had Joel Embiid, they had all these dudes
And they
who
were going nowhere. What the
Right.
fuck are we
because
talking
they
about?
lost to
Never won
Kawhi
shit.
and the
They never went
Raptors, bro. You
anywhere.
talking like they lost to a
They
bad
never
team.
went anywhere. That's
Hey.
one series. What about all the other years they was in the East? What have they
Hey,
done?
hey,
Where have
Jimmy.
they gone?
Again,
I think people forget that it's a difference when it comes to the playoffs. Like James Harden is arguably the greatest regular season player ever of all time. Jalen Duren looked like Shaq in the regular season.
Okay.
It's differences in the playoffs, brother.
And even with the stats you gave
The
for
Raptors,
playoff run,
were getting exposed in the playoffs, brother.
by
Do
who?
you remember the Atlanta Hawks won like 66 games?
And who they run into?
And what happened in the playoffs?
Who they run into?
But what happened in the
Who
playoffs?
did they run into?
They were smacking the Cavs around the regular season.
Who did they run into?
Did they not smack the Cavs around the regular season?
Don't answer my question.
Season,
Yes or no? Were they smacking the Cavs around?
Stop
The
them.
same teams that you said they win in 55 games.
We know
playoffs to get
got on the
exposed, bro.
Cavs case for coasting through the regular fucking season, bro. So what are we talking about?
You just said it right there. Teams get coasted through the regular season. Playoffs, what happened? They get exposed.
So you faced LeBron in the playoffs in the East. What was happening? For that
Raptors
8-year run.
exposed.
What was
Hawks
happening?
exposed, bro. These niggas, bro.
What was happening for that 8-year run when you saw LeBron in the playoffs in the East, Breeze?
Brother.
What was happening? You were going where? Home,
brother.
Right?
And what happened in the regular season? They was whooping LeBron ass regular season.
Bro, we're talking about playoffs. We're talking about
and this is what you're not understanding. DeMar DeRozan can do whatever he does in the regular season. These niggas is balling in the regular season. Playoffs come, these niggas get
everybody else in the playoffs but LeBron. That's the nigga that was sending them home.
Mike, these
bro,
niggas get exposed.
Bro, like, who is everybody else, bro? Like, who?
There was no other team in the East that they could not have beat. They were literally running into LeBron to the point they named the shit LeBronto because he was busting their ass.
Indiana, bro. I'm not hearing that shit, bro. I'm asking you to name the team.
Who was in the fucking playoffs in 2019? How was they not beating Indiana?
Mike, listen.
What evidence do you have that says they're not beating Indiana? What do you have?
I'm saying I'm not hearing none of that shit about them beating these lesser teams. When they finally stepped up in competition, they couldn't get the job done. Kawhi Leonard and the Raptors, on the other hand, did.
When they finally stepped up in competition, bro, they ran into LeBron.
First of all, we gotta stop. Hold on, wait. We gotta stop acting like we've never seen Kawhi and a team that Kawhi was on not beat a LeBron-led team. We gotta stop acting like we've never seen that shit.
What do you want to say that? Fourth option on that fucking team. What do you?
And he still was the Finals MVP. He
still
for winning the
Finals MVP for stopping a nigga that averaged 28.
Mike, you're talking like this nigga was going out there.
You're talking about the nigga won Finals MVP. They gave the nigga Finals MVP for being the LeBron stopper. What the fuck out of here,
bro? The nigga won the series, right? He won the series, right?
His team won the series. They shot the fucking lights out,
and he contributed to that.
Hey, Mike, that was a great point, right? So Kawhi didn't give you those godlike stats in Toronto, but he still won a ring and Finals MVP. Why? Because it's not the same role. He do not have to give you 30 points a game or with 7 to 8 rebounds, 6 assists. They don't have to do that.
See, 2013, they lost to the Nets. 2014, they lost to the fucking Wizards. 2015, they lost to the Pacers.
Remember that.
2016, they lost to the Bucks. They won in 2017 against the Wizards. They lost against the Magic in 2018. And then they swept the Nets 2019, 2020. Of course, they went on and won.
Now tell me, all of those years, where was Pascal? Where was OG? Where was Martin?
This is the fucking point, bro. Y'all acting weird, bro. Who is DeMar DeRozan, bro?
No.
My is that Kobe? Is that Jordan? What am I missing?
Wait. So answer this. So answer this. So Kawhi wins a championship with those rosters that you just gave me from.
What am I missing here, bro?
No. Answer the question. Does Kawhi win a better player? In 2014? Does Kawhi win a championship in 2014?
No. Fuck no.
Oh, so why did you give me all of those years and Kawhi?
They get farther. They get way farther.
Talking about, bro.
They get way farther.
Wait.
What's way farther, Breeze?
They get way farther.
What's way further? What's your definition of way further?
Oh my god.
One more series.
No.
Hold on. Because if they let's just say they get to the conference finals every year. Kawhi on the Raptors teams 2014 through 2019 is beating LeBron in the conference finals.
They got way better chance than with
That's not what I asked you.
They have a way better chance.
I asked you, is he beating?
A way better chance. They have a way better. See. Look, this is what y'all doing.
Is he
y'all?
beating?
No. Because 2019 is arguably the greatest form of Kawhi we've ever seen. Y'all comparing this to this bum ass nigga DeMar DeRozan who.
So just because you think a nigga's a bum, that means that what we saying is ridiculous.
Bro, y'all could really sit here trying to compare DeMar DeRozan.
No, what we said, I made it very clear from Rip, Kawhi Leonard is a better player. We're not debating that DeMar is better than him.
Stratosphere is better.
Those Raptors teams were quality enough with DeMar at his best.
No, they wasn't, bro. Because they wasn't, bro.
Because they wasn't, bro.
Because they barely eked by with a Herculean effort.
How are we equating that, bro? We seen this nigga Kawhi go on a historic playoff run, and y'all are convinced somehow that this nigga DeMar is good enough to be able to replace that.
We're talking about replace because you keep going up the fucking stats and the numbers. We're not talking about getting the same numbers.
They need a new point. That's how
even with that historic run, a nigga went on in 2019. Their playoff averages for their careers are damn near identical, nigga. So now what?
But the nigga went 10 plus.
So now what? What's your point? You won the historic run in 1 year, nigga. So they average damn near the same shit across the board in the playoffs.
Talking about their careers.
What does that mean? Kawhi's clearly a way better player than him, right? We know that, right?
We're talking 20.
Time out.
Yeah, but you brought it on there. We're talking about 2014 Spurs. This is about 2014 through 2019. So now we're talking about all of them.
Flag on the play. Mike, you said the playoff numbers are identical, right?
I said their career playoff stats.
Okay, listen. Their career playoff stats, right?
We know Kawhi is clearly the better player. We're not debating that.
Let me ask you a question. Was DeMar always the number one in Toronto? 1 or 1A? Was he always? Yes or no?
Most of that time, I ain't gonna say always.
Now in San Antonio, Kawhi was with Tony Parker. He was with Ginobili. He was with Duncan. Has Greg Popovich ever said, you know what, one player is going to dominate, or is it a team game in San Antonio? Yes or no?
It's a team game.
So now, when you contribute the fact that Kawhi maybe at his best was a number 2 or number 3 option, and you compare his numbers to a number 1 or 1A option, and DeMar is simply just running away with games versus Kawhi Leonard being a number 2 and a number 3, and he gets there at one series when we see him be a number 1, he goes ballistic, federal, Michael Jordan type playoff numbers run. So you can compare, add context to that. Don't just say, okay, the numbers are quite similar.
The context was the fact that y'all act like we said he's better player.
Add context.
The context, nigga, is there. Number 1. Kawhi is the better fucking player.
Both of these niggas were number 1s.
Different ways.
When both of these niggas were number 1s, what were their numbers?
No one ever said that, Mike.
What do you mean, nigga? We didn't even know if Kawhi could carry. What has he done since 2019, nigga? Being number 1.
Then.
Okay, then, motherfucker. So
he's done more than fucking DeMar DeRozan. I'll tell you.
No, nigga, DeMar went to San Antonio that next year when they were ass and still got in the fucking playoffs at least.
And he was ass in the playoffs and got bounced the first round.
Their team was ass. Nigga, what do you mean? They weren't good. Nobody had them going to the
he wasn't good, Mike. But he wasn't good.
Bro, the team wasn't fucking good.
Is this DeMar or Kobe we're talking about? Like, I'm confused.
Gino, hold on, wait. Gino, what you got, bro? You ain't talking. What you got, bro?
All right, man. Y'all boy been entertaining. This is how I look at it. Number 1 for me. I'm not automatically giving Toronto that because the guy is out the way. That means I'm getting past the guy. Because if I would have told everyone here that Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs were going to be terrible and be eliminated, we all would relatively assume it's going to be Lamar or Josh Allen there. That's kind of where I just start from first. You know, even if we was to go through basketball in 1994 and the Knicks come to me, hating on the Knicks again, even though and the Knicks was promising, the only people that we need to get past, and even though they did get to the finals, we just need to get past Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan out there don't win a championship. I think even though I'm not the biggest Joel Embiid guy per se, I feel like, you know what I'm saying? Because again, I feel like the 76ers can get past Toronto. And I feel like the difference in history now is I personally feel like Giannis has 2 championships. Like that's what I feel like everything that Kawhi did to get that to Game 7 versus Philadelphia, I personally do not trust DeMar DeRozan. And I understand DeMar DeRozan's shortcomings start with LeBron, but I also wonder, do those shortcomings, sometimes those shortcomings, like we saw with Josh Allen, it starts with, well, the guy's not here anymore, and if I don't win, well, I don't have any excuse. So that's where I start to look at it at. It's like, I don't know if DeMar DeRozan can carry everything across the day that can happen. Now, you tell me they get to the final. Now, if you want to make the argument to me that you believe that Giannis and Joel Embiid are significantly more mentally worse, fine, because we can never prove that. But that's just how I'm looking at it. That's how I'm like, I'm going Giannis. Giannis steals his first championship, leads his second championship, because I just don't. I think it was bigger than LeBron. Even though again they only lost to LeBron, I just think like sometimes those teams that just say, I just need this team to get out the way. Sometimes it's not that you need them to get out the way. Sometimes you're just not good enough. But again, y'all boys can continue.
Sometimes they ain't even get to LeBron. They got smacked by the Wizards.
But the thing is, bro, here's my thing, right? This is what I'm saying. Bro, we could sit here and we could say DeMar DeRozan was a good player. At one point, he was a great player. But, gang, when you look back at these playoff performances, dog, he has never shown the ability to ever be the guy on the team that can get to a finals, bro. He's never shown that, bro. No matter what year, no matter how good he was during the regular season, no matter who they beat, he's never shown that, bro. And I get it. We didn't see that from Kawhi before he got to the Raptors, but what we did see from Kawhi was, hey, when the moment was bright and them lights was they brightest, that nigga stepped up and performed. That's what we seen. I've never seen that shit from DeMar DeRozan. Not in the Raptors jersey, Spurs jersey, Bulls jersey.
That's because you're thinking, you believe that we're debating that he's going to clearly be head and shoulders above the rest of the team, be the number one guy, and will his team pass these teams.
He's going to have to be the guy, because that's what.
But okay, so here's my thing: who was the guy when Detroit won with Chauncey Billups in them?
We're not doing
No, wait, because that's my point. Wait, that is what I've been arguing this whole time. You've been trying to argue that DeMar DeRozan has to be a superstar, god tier player to wield them. I've never argued that, right?
But I'm saying
he can come in and be the same DeMar DeRozan he's been in the playoffs. I'm talking about the team stepping up. I'm talking about the team stepping up. If you're looking for a one-man band, if DeMar DeRozan has to be super DeMar in the playoffs to get, then you're right. I don't think that they win that ring. That's not why I said that, though. I'm saying it because I think it's a team effort. And if we're saying Giannis versus the Toronto Raptors and everybody's contributing, I think the Toronto Raptors win.
Hey, I'm just out of curiosity. Who the fuck was Ben Wallace on the Raptors at that time? Like, who the fuck was the defensive player of the year 4 times in a row at that time? Who the fuck was Rip Hamilton on the Raptors at that time? This is what I want to know, because that is one of the greatest well-oiled machines we ever seen.
That's a fact, right? But my question was, who was the guy? Who was the guy that put the team on his back? Who was the guy that became the Kawhi Leonard for the Toronto Raptors? Who was the guy that did that for Detroit? You can't give me a name because there wasn't one.
It's a reason. It's a reason Chauncey gave the name Big Shot Bob. If I'm not mistaken.
So is that who you going with?
If I'm not mistaken,
is that who you going with?
Cut this shit, bro.
Bro, Chauncey was that engine, bro.
That's fine, bro, but that's not the question that you were asking.
If you want to say who was
not the question
on that team, Chauncey was that de facto one.
Could DeMar DeRozan be a Chauncey Billups in the playoffs? Yes, he can.
But he doesn't.
Raptors didn't have a Pistons type of team. This is the thing. They didn't have a Tayshaun. They didn't have a Ben.
You're agreeing with me.
They didn't have
the expectation cannot be the same when you change the circumstances. You're agreeing with me. They didn't have that.
I'm not agreeing with you because you're saying he can do what Chauncey Billups did. No,
yes,
Kawhi Leonard did that without a Chauncey Billups type team. This is what we.
Wait. So
this is what we missing here, bro. Giannis being neutralized or being cut in half production-wise.
Give a Chauncey Billups or better performance in that run,
brother.
That's
Giannis being
question,
neutralized or cut in half in that series was the changing part. Is DeMar DeRozan doing that?
Bro, you keep arguing the same thing. You like literally that's cool. But my point is DeMar does not have to be Kawhi or Kawhi-like. It is a team game. The team will operate differently. Point blank, period.
Nah,
that's not hard to comprehend.
No, the fuck they won't, bro.
They won't be that, bro.
You don't have to give me Kawhi stats. You don't.
So
the
team won't. You literally arguing against yourself if you saying the team will operate differently because obviously they were different when they had DeMar versus when they got Kawhi.
Bro, because the most important part of that series is what you're taking away. You're dropping in scoring and you're dropping in the defensive prowess.
Oh, you're saying that's the most important part of that series.
That is the most important part. Man, hey, man, I don't know. Hey, Gino, I don't know who the fuck DeMar DeRozan is no more, bro. I swear to God, nigga, I don't know who he's talking about.
You said the nigga was Jordan. We said the nigga could win playoffs.
He might as well be.
Y'all dragging this shit, bro. Y'all give examples of a nigga doing something 1 year. Then when we say the same shit is wrong, but then when y'all say Kawhi ain't did shit since the 1 year, but he did the 1 year. Like y'all double talking on both.
What I said was this exactly. I said this nigga DeMar DeRozan needed to come into that situation and at the very least be better than what he has been throughout the playoffs. And
okay,
I don't think
if you think he's been ass in the playoffs, hold on. If you think he's been some shit in the playoffs, right? For example, let's just say that, right? If he's better than what he was, hold on. Just based on what you just said. If he's better than what he was, he still doesn't have to be Kawhi level for them to win them games. He just has to be
Kawhi
more
level.
Consistent.
Why? But he's not going to. The problem, no, wait, Breeze, let me say this. The problem is, Mike, he's not going to be anywhere close to that level of performance. We're forgetting this nigga Kawhi was on a historic scoring run in those postseasons, and he was the best defender in that playoff run. By far. This shit wasn't close. You're saying, y'all niggas are saying, y'all think a team effort is going to equate to that, or at the very least get them to that same level of where they can be champions. Bro, this is not a Disney Channel movie, nigga. He is not coming in to no situation where he has never performed to any caliber level of that and making these niggas champions, bro. It's not happening, bro. It's not. And I'm a DeMar DeRozan fan. But y'all niggas, y'all drag this nigga, bro. Y'all drag him.
You do realize then if OKC wins tomorrow, that whole point is negated, right?
You said if OKC wins tomorrow, what's negated? My whole point.
That whole point about DeMar having to be there and the team not stepping up, right?
How so? What does DeMar DeRozan got to do with SGA?
Because SGA, this is the worst series we've ever seen him play, and they're tied 3-3.
He still goes out and have 32.
You say what?
He still goes out and have 32 points.
He's shooting 17 free throws a game.
He got 32 points. Is 32 points, bro.
This is
nigga.
This is still easily his worst
28 shots. Come on, bro. Stop that shit, man.
Bro, was DeMar giving you that?
Giannis was.
If DeMar was doing what the fuck SGA was doing right now, you'd be cooking his ass.
That's not what I asked. That's not what I'm asking.
You wouldn't.
That's not what I'm asking.
You wouldn't give him credit for it, nigga. So don't ask that dumb ass.
DeMar DeRozan gave these niggas 32 points to keep the series alive.
If DeMar DeRozan was averaging 32 points a game in a fucking series and was shooting 17 free throws, you'd be cooking his ass, not giving him praise, nigga. Don't ask me that dumb ass.
I'm a DeMar DeRozan fan. Why would I be cooking DeMar DeRozan?
You still be cooking that nigga if he was doing it the way Shea doing it. You'd be cooking Shea for it, nigga.
No, nah, bro. Nah.
Bro, we've been in the chat laughing at this nigga Shea all series. Now you finna see it on this fucking screen.
I never said that. I never said that Shea has not been his best version of himself. But this version of Shea is still better than whatever version you want to pick up DeMar. Whatever version you want to take from DeMar DeRozan. This version of Shea right now at his worst, nigga. I'm taking him over the best version of DeMar DeRozan. Whatever year that is. Whatever the year you want to name.
Even though you said the nigga was a great player at some point. Got it.
Yes, because Shea is a superstar. DeMar DeRozan was never that. He was never that.
Is he playing like a superstar in this series?
You said what?
Is he playing like one in this series?
You have off playoff series, bro.
That's not what I. Why
everything
but answer the fucking question? Name one. Well, I've been having off playoff series since 2019. Nigga, we know
one legend that hasn't had an off playoff series, bro.
If that's the case, I'm saying what I said because Giannis was gonna have an off playoff series. If we just gonna simplify it like that, we're not gonna give credit to the other team. Well,
Against-
Giannis was going to have an off playoff series against
Pascal
Mario.
gonna beat his chest and say I got him, and they gonna team defense his ass to fuck up and stop him. Since we just
Mike,
saying
you got a better chance. Mike, you got a better chance of hitting the lottery, getting struck by lightning, and getting hit by a bus at the same time.
None of those.
Hey, look, hey,
But y'all boys made my night. I fuck with y'all boy. AT, what we doing, man? We doing this keep 3 cut 5 or what?
yeah, go ahead, get into it, bro.
All right, man. So look, now let the GOAT get into some real shit, man. Look, man, I know y'all, you feel me? Y'all fuck with me, keep 3 cut 5. So we gonna test these niggas.
Wait. You know what? Gino, you will?
Yeah. I'm here.
All right, so this keep 3 cut 5. We're gonna keep 3 and cut 5 route technicians. I'm talking about at their peak, the best that they run. Look, see y'all, boy. Look, your boy done cook something, man. So look, check it out.
Hey man, before you start this shit, bro.
What,
Don't
man?
be on no bullshit tonight, bro.
Yeah, bro, how can I bullshit route technicians, bro?
I'm just because I know you, bro. You gonna say some shit that's gonna piss me the fuck off.
All right,
So look,
we gonna start off with a personal favorite of mine, an underdog,
starting off personal
slept
favorite.
on guy, Hunter Renfrow.
I'm cutting,
bro.
Running routes, bro. Route running.
Personal favorite of mine, Hunter Renfrow.
Running routes, bro.
All day, bro.
I'm cutting, bro.
What you doing, Gino?
20 guys.
He outvoted. It don't matter what he do.
Nah, bro, because I was gonna say y'all gonna have to vote and let me be the deciding factor or something. Because
we all he up out of there, bro.
Okay, all right.
So you would have kept,
bro. Somebody could have talked me into it for sure.
I'm not gonna be that somebody. Next, we ain't talking you into no bullshit tonight.
I ain't gonna lie.
Not Hunter Renfrow.
So we cutting Hunter Renfrow. Next up, you feel me? T from the crib, Amari Cooper.
Oh my god.
This is just route running, right? Nothing else.
Nah, it's field goal percentage.
I bet. He's knocking them damn glasses off of my fucking face. No.
I'm gonna keep, bro.
I'm gonna keep, man.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep.
Cool. Nah, running. That nigga was saucy. I
Mike, shut your ass up, Gino. Who you picking, Gino?
I cut the whole in since you want to be disrespectful.
So we keep it. Next name up. I already know Mike gonna cut him. Doug Baldwin.
Hey, I'm glad you know something.
Damn. Yeah,
nice.
Stop.
Nah, he was.
So what?
He not better at route running than any of the niggas we named so far. He can go.
Yeah,
bro.
I'm cool.
So y'all cutting?
Yeah.
Get that nigga out of here.
All right. Next name up, we got Keenan Allen.
Ooh, shit.
I'm keeping.
This name number 4?
This is 1, 2, 3. Yep, 4.
Yeah,
we got 4 left, bro.
So you got 2 cuts and 1 keep at this point.
Yeah, we only got 1 keep left. We got 4 more, bro.
I'm cutting, bro.
Keenan, bro.
Y'all cutting?
I'm cutting.
Yeah.
What you doing, Gino?
Yeah, I'm cutting, man. I feel
1 cut, 2 cut.
Biggs, what you doing, bro?
I'm keeping, bro. I'm cool. Like,
I ain't gonna lie, bro.
Hey, shut it down here, man.
Keenan, Joe.
Wait, what you mean, brother? This only gonna be y'all second keep.
I know. We only got 1 left.
I think something better coming. I'm cutting, bro. I'm cutting.
So 2 cuts, 2 keeps.
Well, then you have to be the deciding factor. But you can't vote though.
I made the list.
Right. So then it's gonna just break even. So what happened here? Going neutral or something?
Nah,
I'm keeping going. Keenan Allen had that. Keenan Allen got this bad.
Wait, you cut, Gino?
Nah, Gino cut with you. Me and Spears kept. So that nigga going neutral somewhere.
I ain't gonna lie. Out of the whole list, I would say we got the best 2 so far, bro. Keenan. If we keep Keenan Allen and Coop,
bro.
It's not going to be too many tiers above them as far as route running.
Just running routes, bro.
I ain't gonna lie. Nah, bro. Y'all not about to talk me to keep it, bro.
Hey, look, that's cool. We parked that nigga in neutral somewhere. All right, look. So then he going neutral somewhere, bro, because it's 2-2.
Hey, listen. I want this on record. For the sake of the game, I'm gonna keep, but I don't agree with it. I'm gonna keep.
I don't do that. Don't get no caveats, nigga. Don't change. You have to change your mind, bro.
All right, so look. What we'll do is we'll push this one to the side.
Thank you. Put him.
Nah, that ain't how you're supposed to play.
Wait. Listen, hold on, wait.
Keep it.
If we put the nigga to the side, when we get to the third keep, we can decide between them 2 niggas because it's even right now. It's 2-2.
Now that they had a game played, bro. You roll the dice.
I'm just saying. I'm just trying to help y'all niggas.
That's
Hold on, wait.
people,
Come on.
Breeze.
Hold on, wait. Come
So
on.
T said keep, man.
I was gonna say I'll cut him for you, Joe. It's cool. But it's
All right, next name up, we
What is
got T.Y. Hilton.
cut.
Nah, I'm cut.
Cut. Gino, cut.
We
Fuck
back.
y'all.
I knew you.
Hey, next up,
I knew he was gonna say some Colts niggas.
next up, we got Victor Cruz.
Cut.
Yeah, I'm cutting.
Yeah,
Cut.
cool.
Okay.
Okay. Running routes like that.
Now y'all got two left. Yeah, a lot of people say, in the scheme, they revitalized the position, they transitioned to the new era.
Come on with the bullshit, man. Drop the motherfucking name.
Damn, bro. All right, man. Wes
You be
Welker.
playing, bro.
Look, Wes Welker.
Keep.
This is why we should have cut fucking Keenan Allen, bro.
Why would we cut Keenan Allen? You don't even know who the last nigga is.
Keep.
Watch this nigga named Ocho Cinco last. You know what?
Okay, so then we don't have to keep Wes Welker, nigga. We only got 2 keeps so far.
Wes Welker better than Keenan fucking Allen, bro. That's the
Is he better
problem.
than Ocho Cinco, nigga? He ain't better than
No, but he better than Keenan Allen.
He's not better than route running than Keenan Allen. You tripping?
Keep Welker, bro. Keep
You're
Welker.
going too far, bro.
So
I mean, cut that nigga, bro. Cut.
You know what you're doing. Keep or cut.
Cut.
Cutting. Damn, man, it's 2-2, man. What the
Who the last coach? You can cut Wes Welker, bro.
There's no way nigga can cut Wes Welker but keep Keenan Allen, bro.
He's a better route runner than Wes Welker. What the fuck are we talking about?
Bro, we're not doing that.
No, he is not.
Yes, he is, bro. Y'all tripping, bro.
A 4-foot white boy with all the players.
Listen, we're not doing genetic caveats tonight. The nigga is not a good route runner.
That's how you know he cold as fuck running routes, bro.
No, that ain't listen. Just because you play above your genetic pool is not my fault, nigga. That ain't my fault, nigga.
Hey, look, we got
Hey, get up with your mama and daddy. That ain't got nothing to do with it.
Cut it, Breeze. No.
Cut it, bro.
So we cutting. All right.
I don't like that shit, but cut it.
So in this keep 3, cut 5, route running technicians.
You finna say some bullshit.
Y'all cut Hunter Renfrow. You cut Doug Baldwin. You cut T.Y. Hilton. You cut Victor Cruz. And you cut Wes Welker. You end up keeping Amari Cooper, Keenan Allen. And I think y'all boys did all right, man. Y'all end up keeping Steve Largent.
Oh no.
No, we good. The fuck you mean?
I was 3 for 3, dog. We should have had Walker in that last spot.
No. That's another white man. You kept a white man regardless. We got the token white boy in there. Damn, ain't that what y'all wanted?
No, he got rid of West. So we had Cooper, Allen, and
I didn't want to keep.
Steve Largent black or white? I thought this was white.
Steve Largent is definitely white. What the fuck?
Oh no, I thought he said
Welker in that in. So we got one white dude. Like I said,
we should have had Welker.
Wes Welker's not better than Steve Largent. Y'all not finna tell me that shit either.
Wes Welker was the best route runner on the list.
No, hell no.
He was the best route runner on the list.
Oh, better than Coop?
All that, but
yes.
Hell no. See, now we see. Stiggs, we always start off good, bro. And then
and we end well too, bro. Like, but I'm sorry, bro. Like that, he was the best route runner on this list.
He's not better than Amari Cooper at running no routes, brother. I'm sorry. I can't give you that one.
Hey, listen.
You want to argue he's better than Keenan? I don't agree, but I'm cool. But we're not saying Coop, though.
Second to none with them receiver postseason records, bro. Like, come on.
Amari Cooper was first to none. So we're not when it came to that route running shit. So we're not doing that.
Nah, I'm about Coop running routes, boy. Nah, Coop was special.
He might not have caught that motherfucker all the time, but he was definitely getting the fuck over.
They didn't line Coop up in the slot enough for me to be comfortable with choosing him over West, bro.
He wasn't a slot receiver. He was
not cool. No, fact, but I'm just saying West did it all.
West was also 4 feet tall, like you said. West ass was going to be the outside fucking receiver all game, bro.
With Coop, what, 6'2"? I can just throw you go balls, jump balls, shit like that. Now he ran post.
He was route niggas, though. He wasn't just doing go balls, jump balls. He was leaving niggas' ankles touching, niggas' knees clapping and shit at the line of scrimmage. He was cooking their ass off the line.
Wait, so why when I said Wes Welker, Belichick, and Brady, they really ushered in a new era for that slot receiver? You laugh, nigga, like it wasn't facts.
Who? You, nigga. Which you, nigga? Say a name.
Michael.
William Michael Jones, nigga. Fuck, he got some you, nigga. We both talking same name. When did I say
Dude, William.
when?
So you ain't like I said, bro. I said Brady, Belichick, and his receiver ushered in a new era as far as transcendental play for the slot receiver. You said,
Did I give an actual response or I just did that?
nah, nigga, we black. You know what that mean?
I mean, you on some bullshit.
Exactly.
I don't disagree with that. I don't disagree with that.
Hey man, look, man. I appreciate y'all boys tonight. Y'all coming up. Hey, much love. God have you almost stage, man. We on live Friday every Monday, Friday night now. If y'all like what y'all see, man, y'all go ahead and hit like, subscribe on the channel, bro. Hit that bell notification to be notified whenever we do go live, as well as the fact that you can follow me on my other social media platforms, whether it's TikTok, whether it's Instagram, whether it's Facebook. LastWord Productions the handle across the board, man. But before you head out, man, anything else y'all gotta add?
I appreciate y'all, man.
Hey man,
Yeah,
Indianapolis
see,
Colts
man.
won 17-0 this season, man.
Hey man, this man Carlos got to be stopped, bro. This man.
Yeah,
This man
Hey,
Carlos
T,
got-
block, hey, T, block buddy, bro.
he got too much going on.
Man, the
Man.
man been tuning in weekly, bro. I can't, bro.
Man, what you
Oh,
mean? All right, bro. I ain't getting on no more.
whoa, so that's your man's, huh? So you know him, huh?
I ain't getting
I
on no more.
don't know no fucking Carl. I don't even know Carl.
Hey, you see how this is, man? Hey, I filed a work complaint. You see how T treat a nigga, bro? Hey,
Nah,
Nigga,
hey,
nigga,
look,
hey,
look.
if you was
Hey,
a woman, would have went to the head of HR. You feel me? But it's
Shh.
cool.
Listen, Carlos, my boy. If you are still tuning
He's
in,
my boy.
I get kidnapped. It's all good. T don't care.
weird
He don't,
shit,
no, not at all. And he not paying the rent.
crazy nigga. I'm not paying me. What the fuck are you talking about? But anyway, Carlos, if you tuning in still, bro, chill out with the weirdness, bro. My boy,
Hey, he gonna send you an autograph sweater.
but go
man.
see. Hey, if he's
Picture of him
doing
jumping
this
fresh
week,
out of the swimming
if he
pool,
doing
man,
that
with the
week,
last
I'ma
word
block him.
production sweater
If he
on.
doing
Fuck
this week, I'm gonna block him. I promise.
He
I'm
got
block
you,
him.
man.
I didn't hear what you said. What you said?
I said you gonna send a nigga a picture of you fresh out the pool with a last word production sweater on with autograph for him, man. All you gotta do is tune in.
Hey, you see how San Fran fans get down, bro?
Get your goofy ass out of here, nigga. Don't do that.
But I got y'all, boy. I see y'all, boy.
Yeah.
All right, now,
Yo,
man.
all right, man.